Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are kicking off a huge series all about different interior design styles. I feel like it's fitting to start off with traditional style because it is one of the most classic, most timeless, well-known interior design styles that we currently have and have had for quite a long time. So throughout this series, I'm going to be hitting different areas of these design styles. I'm going to give you a little bit of background. We're going to discuss some key elements, how you can incorporate this style into your home if you love this style. And if you like this style but don't know if you're in love with it, I'll share some design styles that are different from it, but you might be interested in because there is a little bit of overlap. Let's go ahead and get into it. To give you some background on the traditional interior design style, then it is important to know that this style originated in Europe in the 18th and 19th centuries. It mostly focuses on France and England, and it kind of blossoms from the post-war period. The style definitely shows a lot about if you were a higher class or if you had some good money in France or England at this time. This is where a lot of inspiration comes from. So which elements are regularly used in the traditional design style? First, we'll talk a little bit about some architectural details. My favorite thing to talk about is always architectural details, so we'll start there. In traditional style homes, you'll see crown molding, you'll see wainscoting, you'll see paneling, you'll see coffered ceilings, you may see some large columns, and you'll see just in general a lot of molding and more detail than what we see in today's contemporary design. Some different key elements for furniture is they usually are very large in scale, definitely feel heavy, and will have a lot of dark wood detailing, will be carved wood, there will be a lot of upholstery. Some upholstery will be tufted, they'll use some more luxurious fabrics, and they are more ornate and again detailed compared to what we currently see a lot of in contemporary design. A lot of these luxurious fabrics that we see in traditional design include silk and velvet and leather, kind of those rich fabrics that have a lot of texture. There's two different routes that you can take for color palettes with traditional design. If you go more of the neutral way, then there'll be a lot of warm neutrals, so really creamy, yellow toned based neutrals, or you'll see very deep, dark, rich colors that are very saturated. Think of the really rich reds and blues. You'll see those quite a bit as well. A lot of patterns that you'll see in traditional design would be florals, damask print, plaids, and paisleys. Those are all very common in traditional design. And another key element that you'll see quite often is things in pairs. A pair of side chairs that are matching. You'll see a pair of lamps on nightstands that are the same lamp. They like to create a lot of consistency, and they do that by doing pairs of things quite often, which kind of flows nicely into that they love symmetry in traditional design. So if you see a fireplace and there's something on the sides of the fireplace, usually those will be very similar to give a lot of symmetry. Those are a lot of ways to identify traditional design. But now let's discuss a few ways that you can add traditional design elements into your home, even if maybe your home isn't necessarily traditional as of right now. One thing that you can do to make your home feel more traditional is to buy vintage rugs. This is very popular right now, so you shouldn't have an issue finding these. Persian and Turkish rugs are vintage and really give that traditional vibe. Another way that you can right now create a more traditional feel in your home is to add symmetry into your home. I think the simplest way to do this is to do a symmetrical furniture layout. So in your family room, if you have two sofas that face each other with a coffee table in the middle, or if you have one sofa with a chair on each side, try and figure out a furniture layout that is symmetrical, and that will definitely give a more elevated traditional feel to your room. And the third way that you can bring in that traditional feeling is to do very layered window treatments. So you might have some heavier layers with some sheer curtains in there. You might mix and match different kinds of window treatments. Doing a lot for window treatments will definitely give you a traditional effect, and you can definitely customize how much light is coming into your home because of the different kinds of window treatments. Now, if you currently have a traditional home, you still love the traditional look of your home, but you want to update it a little bit, here's a few tips that can help you do that as well. One of my very favorite tricks is to add in contemporary light fixtures. This will definitely elevate your look a little bit more and not make it feel so outdated. There are a lot of light fixtures that don't do a great job of dispersing light very well and aren't as nice to look at. Light fixtures have definitely come a long way. We have a lot of new styles, looks, and technology that go into our lighting currently, so that would be a very great way to update a traditional home. Another way that you can update your home is to incorporate lighter wood tones. Like I mentioned, a lot of furniture from traditional design is very dark and very heavy. So if you can find pieces that have a little bit lighter wood, that will definitely make it feel a little bit more contemporary. And the last way is you could add in some more modern furniture with straighter, clean lines and maybe have a little bit lighter visual weight. That would be a really nice way to update a traditional space as well. And if you are interested in this traditional design style, but this doesn't feel quite right to you, you want to add a little bit more, or you want to change it a little bit, I already have a video up on the Grand Millennial style, which is kind of a more funky version of traditional, so I would definitely check that out. Or I will also be coming out with a video about transitional design, which I personally really love transitional design. So stay tuned for that video because that might also be of interest to you. All right, that is everything for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed, and stay tuned for next week for a brand new interior design style.